Hi, I'm Amanda, and welcome to Athletic Stretch Express. This class is great when you're short on time or as an add-on to the end of your workout. All you're going to need today is a yoga mat and a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you could use a belt here or even a resistance band would work well. All right, so we're going to start just as I am seated here in a cross-legged position. And we're going to put our hands on our knees and we are going to just inhale, bring our chest through, roll the shoulders back and look up, arch the spine. And then exhale, release. Tuck the chin and round the spine, feel the back open up. Again, inhale, pull that chest through, roll those shoulders down and back, look up. And exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. Last time, inhale, pull that chest through, look up. And exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. It's going to come into neutral. And we're going to take our left hand behind us and bring that right arm outside that thigh and then press into it. Look behind you, gentle twist here. Feel the core twist and stretch. And come back to center all the way to the other side. Again, press into that hand. Look behind you, nice and gentle here. Just come back to center. And then we're going to drop your ear towards your left shoulder. So feel that stretch in the neck. And then you can take this right arm behind you on an angle and then look slightly down on an angle. You might have to move that arm around to kind of find where it feels nice, but you should be feeling a nice stretch all the way from the neck through to the shoulder. Very nice. Come up to center and we'll go to the other side. So drop that right ear down to that right shoulder. Feel that stretch. And then bring that left arm behind you and then slight gaze angle down. Feel that little deeper. Back up to center, and from here we're going to take our fingertips, put them on our shoulders, and start to rotate the elbows forward. So nice and slow. And 3, 4, and 5, and then reverse. So go forward, around, and back. And 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead, release, take an inhale, reach those arms up overhead. And then exhale, just start to lean forward, lead with the chest. And feel the hip stretch here, low back. And just take a few breaths. And slowly come up, and we're just going to switch our legs. So that other leg comes in front here. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, fold forward. So this is starting to stretch the hip and the glutes. Very nice, nice and slow. Come up, and we're going to come forward into a tabletop position. Our knees are under our hips, our wrists are under our shoulders. Inhale, pull that chest through, look up, spike the hips up here, feel the core stretch. And then exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, push the floor away, open up the back. And again, inhale, pull that chest through, look up. Exhale, round, push away. Inhale, pull that chest through, look up. And exhale, push away. Very nice. We're going to come back to neutral and we're going to tuck our toes and we're going to push our hips up into a downward facing dog. So just press up and then push. So in this first down dog, you can pedal the feet, just work into it. Think of pushing that chest through the arms here. Our arms are straight and then our hips are high. So feeling the calf and hamstring stretch. And we'll just hold this here a few more. And then we're going to take our feet just slightly wider than hips width. We're going to come up on the toes slightly, and then we're just going to turn our feet to the right. So you'll feel that pull down the side of the hip and all through the side body, and then come up and then over to the other side. So now the heels turn towards our left. If you do not like this, just hold a down dog in a wide legs position without moving the feet. And then come back to center, bring those feet back to hip width apart. Lower our knees, open our knees, big toes together, sit back, child's pose. So reach those arms long and then let that chest fall through. So just take a few breaths here, feel the upper back open up, push those hips back. And then we're going to walk our hands over to our left, and then that right palm comes on top of that left hand. Press down. Feel that stretch from the shoulder all the way down to the hip. Pull this hip back. All right, pull that right hip back. Keep it square so that you feel that stretch. And then come to center, and then go all the way to the other side. So now we're to our right, and that left hand comes on top. Pull that left hip back. Feel that stretch. And then one more time, come back to center. Let that chest sink down. It's going to come up to tabletop. And we're just going to press up into a plank. So we tuck our toes, lift those knees up. And we're going to come into what's called a lizard. So our left foot is going to take a big step forward. So we're outside that left hand to the outside of our mat. Hold here. So press those hips down. Strong through the hands, and then start to shift forward on that ball of that back foot. So nice and slow, push forward, and then push that heel towards your back wall. Forward and back 2 more times. And last one, forward and back. Go ahead, lower that knee, release the toe. A few options in this position. You can stay right here if this is enough of a stretch for you. If you can come down to the elbows here, come down to the elbows. Another option that feels good is to let that knee fall out to the side here. If you do that, you just always want to make sure that your big toe follows your knee. So don't keep that toe flat. Let that foot open with the knee as well. So find whatever feels good for you today. And we're just going to hold this here for a few breaths. This feels really nice on the hip, hamstring, quadricep. And nice and slow, we're going to start to press our hands up, tuck that back toe, and then take a big step back into plank. And then we're going to go right to the other side. So now that right foot takes that big step forward. Hold it here, press those hips down. And then start to shift forward. So we shift forward, press that heel back. Forward and back. Forward and back. 2 more. And back. Last one. Forward and back. Very nice. Go ahead, lower that knee, release the toe. And again, those options on this side. You may find that one side feels different than the other. That's completely normal. We tend to be much tighter on one side of our body than our other. So find what works for you and then just hold that stretch here. Just a few more breaths. You'll notice sometimes that I move in my stretches. There are certain stretches that if it feels good, go ahead and move. It's your class. It's what feels good for you. And press through those hands nice and slow. Come up. Tuck that back toe. Step back to your plank. Feet are hip width apart. And then we're just going to walk our hands to the back of our mat. So now we're in a forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to, but we should be feeling a nice stretch all through the back of the leg. So just hang here, maybe cuss the elbows, maybe sway side to side. And then go ahead and release the hands. And then we're just going to ragdoll up so everything hangs loose. And we roll up vertebra by vertebra. And the head is the last thing to come up. And once we come up, inhale, reach high. And then exhale, just fold back down, flat back, forward fold. And we're going to plant that left hand center. Bend that left knee. Our right leg stays straight. Sweep that right arm up. Take a twist. Big stretch right down this hip here. Right down our right hip. And release it down right to the other side. So now that right hand is center. You bend that right knee, sweep that left arm up. Feel that stretch on the other side. And release it down, beautiful. Forward fold. And then go ahead, just walk back out to your downward facing dog. So our hands, push those hips up. We're going to come into a low lunge. So we're going to start to come up high on those toes and then shift forward. That left foot's going to step through our hands and then drop that back knee, release the toe, and rise up. So our shoulders are over our hips. And we're sinking forward and down. So we're not up here. Forward, feel that stretch in that quad, and then like you're trying to connect that hamstring to the calf here. Your hands can be at your hips or maybe interlaced on your thigh, and just hold here, breathe into it. And then we're going to lean forward, plant our hands, shift back, half split. So now we flex that front foot, straighten that front leg, and then our hips are now over our back knee. Feel that stretch, hamstring and calf here. Just a few more breaths here. And then lean forward back into that low lunge. So our hips come forward, shoulders rise up, sink down. And again, shift back into that half split, flex that foot, leg is straight. Hip over the knee. And shift forward, last time low lunge, rise up, sink. So targeting the quadricep on that back leg and then targeting the hamstring and calf on that front leg. And now we're going to work into the hip here. So we're going to lean forward, come into our pigeon. So heel toe, that left foot all the way to the right side of your mat. And then let that knee drop down. We want to try to keep our hips square to the mat here. And if this is enough of a stretch here, you can stay upright. Otherwise, start to walk down to the elbows. Or maybe if you can, get that forehead all the way down to the mat. So just hold this stretch here. If your hips are really tight, if you have a pillow at home or something for support, putting that under the hip here can really help keep your hips square to the mat. So that is an option if you cannot keep those hips square. And we'll just hold here a little longer. Nice and slow, start to come up. We're going to tuck that back toe. And we're going to step back, shift the hips up into a downward facing dog. And we're going to go to the other side. So from here, we're going to take a big step forward with that right foot now. Into that low lunge, lower that knee, release the toe. And then those hips come up. sinking forward and down. So just a few breaths here. And then we're going to shift forward and then shift back. Flex that foot, hamstring, calf stretching on that front leg. Pull those toes. Think of pulling those toes back towards your shin. And shift forward, low lunge. And last time, half split, shift back, flex that foot. And last time, shift forward, low lunge. All right, we're going to move into that pigeon. So that right foot, heel toes over to the left side of our mat. Let that knee drop down and then melt into your pigeon, either staying upright, maybe elbows, or if you can, that forehead all the way to the mat. And just feel that nice glute hip stretch on that right side. One of my favorite stretches. I think I could stay in this stretch all day. And we'll just hold it here a little longer. Nice and slow. We're going to come up and tuck that back toe. Step back and push those hips up, downward facing dog. All right, we're going to shift the focus to stretch our upper body and our core here. So go ahead and lower the knees. And we're going to be in a tabletop position. We are going to go into what's called thread the needle. So this left hand is going to reach up, take a twist, reach high, and then exhale, thread that arm through. So now our left shoulder and our left cheek come to the mat, hips stay high, and then press into that right hand, feel that twist. It should feel really nice here on the shoulders, the back, the waist. Few more breaths here. And then press through that hand, reach up, twist. And exhale, come down. And we'll go right to the other side. So that right hand twists up and reach. And thread it through. Right shoulder, right cheek to the mat. Press into that left hand. Feel that twist. And press through that hand one more time. Counter twist, reach up. Exhale, back to center. Puppy pose. Hips stay over our knees, and then those arms are going to reach out really long. And then we're going to press that chest down while those hips stay high. So this is deeper stretch for that upper back here. If your chest doesn't make it to the mat, that's fine. That is just the direction we want to go. And then as that mobility and flexibility increases, you can get a little deeper each time. Let's take a few more breaths here. Nice and slow, come up. And we're going to sit all the way through, facing forward. We're going to extend our legs out straight in front of us. If you have a strap, it might be useful here. We're on our baseball fields here, so I'm getting some dirt on my mat. All right. Legs are extended long, flex our feet, and we're going to fold forward here. So a strap is nice if you can't reach your feet, if your flexibility just doesn't get you there quite yet. So put that strap around your feet and then inhale, leading with the chest, fold forward. If you can reach your feet, grab over the tops or the sides and then pull that chest down towards the thighs. Feel the calves and hamstrings, low back. And then inhale, come up. Exhale one more time. Try to go a little deeper as we fold forward. And come back up. Very nice. All right, we're going to go into some inner thigh groin. So our legs are going to come out wide. And then we're going to just push ourselves forward so you find where it feels comfortable. And then nice and slow again, leading with the chest, start to lean forward. So this is a vulnerable area, so make sure that you don't push yourself too much. There's a good hurt and a bad hurt, right? So make sure that we listen to our bodies, lower down, feel that inner thigh groin stretch here. Just hold this a few more breaths. Very nice, nice and slow. Come up. And then we'll grab outside those thighs, help those knees together. And it might feel nicer just to take a few wipers side to side. We're going to roll all the way down onto our backs next. Roll down. We're going to grab that strap or band if you have that at home. All right, bring that left knee in, put that strap around that foot, and then push that leg super straight here. So we want to get a nice calf and hamstring stretch one more time. We want our legs straight here. So we don't want to bend the knee. That's no good. Keep it straight, flex that foot, and then our shoulders are relaxed on the mat. Our head is relaxed. We're not hunched up like this. And just hold it here. A few more breaths. We're going to get the inner thigh again. Grab both parts of the band with your left hand, and we're going to let that left leg fall out to the left as that right knee falls to the right, just as a counterbalance so we don't tip over. So feeling in that inner thigh on that left side here. Beautiful. Come back up to center, and we'll switch it out. So we put that right foot in the band, let that left foot come out. And again, flex that foot, push that heel towards the ceiling, and our leg is as straight as we can get it. And then pull that shin towards the forehead. Feel that hamstring stretch here. Just a little longer. Go to that inner thigh section. We grab the strap here with our right hand, and then that right leg falls out to the side as that left knee falls, and hold it here for that inner thigh. Core is tight here. Shoulders are on the mat. They're not popping off. Very nice and slow, come back to center. And then go ahead, bend the knee, release the strap. And we'll bring both knees in towards our chest. Wrap those arms around the shins. And take a big inhale. And take an exhale. One final stretch. Our arms are going to come out to our sides like a T. And our legs are going to be in a tabletop. And we're just going to let them fall to the right. Take a twist here. Keeping both shoulders on the mat here as well. And then use that core. Try to lift both knees together at the same time. Come through center. And then drop those knees all the way over to your right. And one more time, come back to center. Wrap those shins one more time around. Press that low back into the mat. Take a big inhale and exhale. And we'll cross our ankles and rock ourselves all the way up. Thank you so much for joining us for this class, and we'll see you next time.